Right, dear audience, we shall begin today's concert. It's very nice that so many of you here have arrived. A lot of people I see, just like previous time. So, since the first concert, someone arrived to me, a man, I presume you can guess who, and said, "You have used a rude word." And therefore, today I will have some people who will be writing things down after me. So if you're one of those people, I shall talk more slowly and more loudly, and if it's necessary, I'll repeat the concert so you can check your notes. Right, this is just to give you a taster of what's going to be on today. I walked into a video store in one city, and it said it's just, it was just unbelievable. We do not obtain the movie about this bloke who was also in that movie, and also participated in those acts. No, I mean, I can understand if this was in an English book, but it's hardly understandable on the wall of a video store. Today we have a bit of a political theme going on tonight, so please get your political hats on. It's not going to be racist, and if you're not good in politics, you will understand. So, during the bombings of Libya, when the Americans got into their heads that they should bomb Libya for democracy, the Latvian government has expressed their alarmment because they were alarmed that the American bombers might confuse them with Libya. It happened before. Lots of things happened also in to a very known person, Barack Obama. He got a Nobel Prize. A Nobel Prize for promises. He's the only person in the world who got a Nobel Prize for promises. Didn't do anything, just promised. No, actually not the first one. The first one was Mr. Gorbachev, after which the Soviet Union has collapsed. So let's consider this a good tradition, shall we? Right, so after allegedly democratic disposal of Saddam Hussein and bin Laden, the president of Iran has received a letter from Pentagon asking, "Would you like to be third?" That's a bit difficult. I was in a UN a couple of weeks ago, and we used a very interesting term. It's called rolling barrels. I know why Americans are rolling barrels on Iran. They want to fill them up with oil and roll it back away. The best today, really, I'm going to talk about political correctness because it really takes the bee out of my wallet every time I hear political correctness. Nobody actually knows what it means, but they use it. Political correctness is a truth with a lot of makeup on. It's not nice to say some words, so they figure out clever ways of going around them. So this is American political correctness. Just to give you an example, a painting is called Black Square. It was drawn by Malevich in the 17th century. It's basically a big black square. When it was sent to New York for an art show, everyone got stuck how to name. Black Square in America is racist. So they called it the Afro Square. If I was Malevich, I would shoot myself at that point. No, but this is not only in America. There are Americans here. I'm not insulting your country. This is also in France. In France, it is forbidden to say words like fat and thin. I understand fat, but thin. Figure out changes. Fat, horizontally orientated. Thin, vertically orientated. So if a model marries a producer, you should write the following. Vertically orientated married a horizontally orientated, and they have kids who are perpendicularly orientated. No, and this is not only for fat and thin. Prostitute is also a forbidden word. It's okay to be a prostitute, but it's just don't insult us the word. A change is marvelous. Victim of conditions. Which ones? Unemployed, also bad. Unemployed. It's okay to leave a person without a job. Just don't insult them with the word unemployed. This is, I'm not lying, spatially cancellated. Which sounds dreadfully scary because you cancel in all the spaces, which means you're never going to get a job. Imbecile, also not correct. A person with a story orientation. That's a bit different. Mad, also not accepted, can be sued for that. Citizen of a country who once flown over a cuckoo clock. Alcoholic, also not okay. It's okay to be an alcoholic, just don't insult the word. Alcoholic person looking at the world at 40 degrees angle. You wouldn't believe it, but in some places, mom and dad are forbidden words. Not allowed to use them. Insults the sexual minorities. Marvelous change. Invented parent number one, parent number two. And now they're going to sue each other who's number one and who's number two. I mean, there is a point to this, so a traditional English swear word would sound a bit better. Surprise, parent number two, beep. But it came to super hilarious because, I mean, sometimes it just gets ridiculous. The best of the breed is Afro-American. No comments. I mean, when they made this change, I mean, I was really laughing when I was hearing it. I understand if your parents come from African America, but according to me, no matter what color of the skin you are, if you're an American, you are an American. There's the political correctness, racist. So white American, it's okay. A different colored American is not okay. There must be Afro-Americans. And especially interesting when American tourists go to Africa for a holiday. They do not know what to call the Aborigines. And the Aborigines are so surprised. We are Afro-Americans. Since when? Unbelievable. Nursery rhyme. I was told that by a teacher. Who's ever been to a nursery school in England or America? They used to say, black sheep, white sheep, can I have some wool? Now somebody reinvented it. Now you have to sing rainbow sheep, rainbow sheep. Whoever wrote this, what was the last time you were in society or anywhere where it contains people around you? There's enough of that. Some people are getting insulted. Now a traditional collection of imbecilishness have arrived. This is me and my friend. We were in Italy shopping. And in Italy, how much does it cost this Quanto Costa? He walks into a store and goes, Cosa Nostra. No, some people are laughing. Some people know what that means. They thought he introduced himself. They telephoned the police. Right, continuing. This is from Miami. This is just great. The Miami Council, at one point, after quite a bit of pause, decided that it would be cool to place all the students in a big skyscraper and just place them all there, not to annoy all the elderly people. So, student apartment block in the 1990s, 12th floor. Students, after quite a bit of the same pot that the council was on, found 100 kilos of lead, a shipping rope, and a heater. I think you can see where this is going. The students were studying to be scientists, so they attached one end of the rope to the weight and the other end of the rope to the heater. Put it on a windowsill and asked, if we throw it off the 12th floor, would it make a hole in the sewage system or not? How bored do you have to be? First try, threw it out. The rope appeared to be too short. The weight sort of mysteriously swung and disappeared in the window of the first floor. What to do? The experiment is not over. They calculated the window that the weight flew in, went downstairs, and had 3 people sitting on the couches with this face expression. Like this. And they asked a very interesting question from my point of view, and they asked, have you by any means seen a weight flying by? Yes, every day occurs. Just 100 kilos of lead just coming right through the window over there, hitting who's ever behind that light in the head. They took it up. Second try missed. Third try missed. On the fourth try, when they were bringing the weight up, there was a concierge sitting in front of the door, and she stated the following: I shall permit no more weights up the steps. She cannot possibly think that it's the same weight that they just thrown out the window. Too hard for them. On the 5th try, they actually made it, but it wasn't the weight that made a hole in the sewage system, it was the heater that flew out after it. And of course, a total collection of silly commercial signs arrived. Road sign in America. Road surprises ahead. Which ones? This one's from England. Occasional gunfire. That's in relation to constant gunfire on the road. Very nice. Big road sign saying Manchester left, London right, underneath. Big red letters. Top secret nuclear bunker forwards. I mean, whoever stuck that up there didn't for a minute step back and think, no, I don't see anything wrong with that at all. No, nothing, just a secret bunker, whatever, find them in every single basement. This is from an internet. You know those pop-up commercials that always pop up and they're really, really annoying. I was on TripAdvisor and this came up. I don't even know how to interpret this. Have fun with friends on Lonely Planet. So this is a lonely planet, but you have friends there. It's very interesting, this is just This is the instructions. Instructions are always marvelous because the people who write them have no idea what they actually say. Number one, how to walk properly during heavy icy weather. Heavy icy weather, it rains ice from the top. Number one, in order to avoid high damage, it is recommended to observe the condition of the route. This probably was written by a military guy, it's a war for them. Number two, top speed of moving on the icy route is 1 mile an hour. So I must have a speedometer with me. I'm walking on ice at 1 mile an hour. Number three. Number three, this will be only understood by people who are really good in geometry. The legs of the person should not be achieving higher than the 30-degree behind the knee. So I must have a protractor with me, a speedometer and a protractor measuring how I'm walking on ice. I think I'd fall over by then. If you lost the center of gravity, in brackets, slipped, for morals, everyone's supposed to know what center of gravity is, isn't it? Number five, it is totally prohibited to grab on to other moving objects, other people, for even bigger morons. 6. It is also highly recommended to practice the falling technique at home in order to minimize injuries. I cannot imagine how of an imbecile would I look if I actually tried to practice those techniques at home. It would appear in a belonging place right away. Thank you. Not. Most welcome. Oh, would you shut up or not? Exams are coming up, and a lot of people have been asking me, what is the point of the exams? Actually, no one asked me that question, and now I never will, because, I mean, in my point, the exams are just, it's ridiculous, it's wasting time. The thing is, well, the camera's over there, I know. The thing is, with the exams, it is a marvelous way for the schools and the universities to make a lot of money. The world is ruled by nerds today, and they need to have a mark on you. So you have a mark on a person saying if you're good and you're bad. That's what exams are for. That's the point, but unfortunately we cannot change anything right now. So to finish off the concept, this is what was taught to me by some of my friends from. You know, there's only two countries in the world that manage to be great and appalling at the same time. It's Russia and America. That's why they're always enemies. Right. So this is, an American arrived to Russia once, and he read in an internet that there's the best bear hunting in the world. So he arrives, a typical American, big hat, shoes, with a gun, ready to shoot the bear. Now all the Russians know that the bears are already being shot dead a million years ago. They can't tell that because the American paid already. So they went to the circus. I know the bell rang, but it's not important because I'm important. Can you get off the drums, would you mind? And the thing is, he arrives there and goes, right, where are all the bears? Meanwhile, while the American was flying all the way from America to Alaska, the Russians went to a circus and bought an old bear who was too old to be used in the circus. So they just bought him and put him in an old glory and went driving. I see the people are leaving a lot. Perhaps they do not understand it yet. Right. So while they were driving, the bear jumped out of the back and went away. Next day, the American goes out with a big gun. Typical American goes out with a gun, hunting. But the bear was from the circus, so he could still do some old circus tricks. Meanwhile, the bear was walking across the field. A postman was riding on a bicycle. When the postman saw a bear, he went like this, and ran away. Meanwhile, the bear, just knowing the circus tricks, got on the bicycle and went away. Meanwhile, the American goes out of a forest. At the same moment, a bear drives by on a bicycle. Nice bear hunting, isn't it? The American was that face. Sort of, what was that? And the bear actually thought that the American was the guy who was the audience. So he returned and went driving on his hands or paws or whatever the bears have, and on the steering wheel. American returns back to the hotel that afternoon, and the people there ask him, how was the hunting? And the American replies, I've never seen bears on bicycles before in America. So that'll be the end of the thank you very much for listening.